Court is now in session for the trial of Larry versus the province of British Alberta, Manitoba, on the day of July 22nd, 2007.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The charges against the accused, Larry, are several accounts of robbery, public indecency, carrying around an unlicensed weapon, and assaulting a police officer. How does the defendant plead against these charges?
My client pleads not guilty, Your Honor.
The prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Larry, to the stand. Mr. Larry, is it not true that you were at the Bank of British Alberta, Manitoba during the robbery yesterday at noon?
No, I was at the supermarket with my grandfather. I was trying to help him do the groceries.
That's impossible! There is distinct evidence that you were there!
Then bring forth this evidence to the court at once.
That is the evidence, Your Honor.
This evidence is not suitable for a court, as my client has a right to a fair trial, and this evidence is the most clearly unclear I've ever seen.
What do you mean, fair trial? Pfft, that's obviously something you just made up.
A fair trial is a trial that has clear evidence and an impartial judge. The court will not accept this evidence.
May the prosecution please present the next piece of evidence.
Our officers found him with a weapon after the robbery. This weapon matched a bystander's description. The prosecution will now call bystander 1 to the stand.
Yes, I think I saw the bank robber with a knife. I was just forced to show up here and testify.
Under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, you have the right not to be compelled as a witness and to remain silent.
Either way, we've now got the testimony, and we can prove that this knife is the same one that was used in the robbery.
That's a plastic toy knife.
But wait! How did you know to search Larry and find this plastic knife?
We just kinda searched him.
For no reason? But that's a violation of the Charter, because everyone has the right to be secure against unreasonable search and seizure, and this was very unreasonable, as you had no reason to suspect Larry or search him. Your Honor, I move that this evidence be removed from court.
Your movement is accepted.
Okay, fine. I'll just show my next piece of evidence. The prosecution calls Larry to testify. Remember, you are on oath and must tell the truth.
After I left the supermarket with my grandfather, I was approached by police officers. I asked them what was going on, and as you know, they searched me and found a plastic knife. But then they just threw me into a van and took me into prison. After this, I asked them why I was going to prison, but they said nothing and just kept driving. They said nothing until we got to the British Alberta, Manitoba prison, and they said, "You're guilty, so you won't get any food," and then they locked me up until today. There are so many things wrong with this. As far as I can tell, 4 of your rights are being infringed upon. First of all, everyone has the right not to be arbitrarily imprisoned, and you were imprisoned for a toy knife, which is not a good enough reason. Secondly, everyone has the right on arrest to be told promptly of the reason of their arrest, and you are clearly not informed why. Third, everyone is innocent until proven guilty, beyond reasonable doubt, but as the only evidence was a toy knife, there is no reasonable doubt here. Lastly, everyone has the right not to be subjected to any cruel and unusual punishment, and starvation is very cruel. Your Honor, this case is clearly built on nothing, and the prosecutor has only faulty evidence.
I agree with Mr. Wright. The defendant Larry is declared.